Hello and welcome to this video tutorial brought to you by DevTime. This is the third part of the second part of the Photoshop Basics tutorial series. In this tutorial we will be looking at the windows and what they are used for. So let's get started. Over here we have the colour window. This is for editing and picking colours. To set foreground and background colours, you click on these two icons. The one in front is obviously the foreground, the one behind is the background. If you click on either of the colours, it will bring up the colour picker. The colour picker is very simple to use. If you click and drag anywhere, you pick the colour, and the colour appears in this new top half of that rectangle, and the current colour is the bottom. You can select different colours using this slider bar here, so that makes it very easy. But if you've got an exact colour value you would like to use or whatever, then you can type them in here. Hue, saturation and all that sort of thing, RGB, and your hexadecimal value there. That's it. And then you can get your red, green and blue sliders here, which you can create quite cool colours with. You've also got this colour selection here, which is alright. You've got white and black there, very easy to select. And if you click on this tab here, it'll take you to the swatches where they're all preset colours, and you can select any one you like and start using it. Styles are as you can see, I've still got my dog layer selected, and I've just clicked on that style there. You can see down here in the layers panel, which I'll go over a little bit more detail in a minute, you've got all these different effects here, and all these different styles give you different effects. Some of them are quite cool, some of them are like, no. Anyway, let me just go back so you can see quite a nice easy image to edit. That's a little bit dark for my liking at the moment to be able to show you properly. If I open a brighter document, I'll tell you what, I'll use this background I made for a friend of mine called the Goremeister. You can subscribe to him if you want. He's alright, does some quite good reviews on that. Here you've got the adjustment windows here. You've got brightness and contrast. This will give you an individual layer here. You can double click. No. Where is it? Oh, sorry. I'm back in the old CS3 versions. Then once you've clicked on it, it will appear here in this window. You can then adjust the brightness and contrast to whatever you like. And this little button here called Use Legacy will go from black to white. It's pretty cool. So yeah, actually, third down one is more vivid. Yeah, so then you can click this little back button. Different adjustment, levels, RGB. If you bring the levels closer together, you can see it pushes all the colours up to this left hand side. And we start, as you can see, we sort of start running out of colours, and we get to white. Bring this white slider up, and bam. And same the opposite way. You can also change the different colours, doesn't have to be all red, green and blue. So you take a little bit of red out, take all the green out, and put loads of blue in. It looks disgusting, but just for example's sake, if we put more red in there, that looks pretty nice. Sort of like a little bit of a, that's a little bit of a light aura really, isn't it? More adjustments, what else have we got? Curves are good. If I just get rid of these layers, because otherwise curves will give you more or less light and colour, and you can adjust this so you get a nice curve. Makes sense, I suppose. These can be very good for when you're adjusting photos and the light and all that. Of course, you can still do it with colours as well. Take all the colour out, put all the colour in, put loads of blue in, take loads of blue out, and you can create some quite nice varied effects. You've also got presets here, which are just, some of them are quite boring. That's quite cool. And yeah, so if we just delete that layer and go back to the, you've got exposure, which is only very handy for photos really, but it's like another brightness and contrast. Except from you've got this thing called gamma correction, which will change your colours basically in talk, vibrance. As you can see, you get more colour or less. All these adjustments are really to do. Let's try again. All of these adjustments are really to do with colour. Hue and saturation, probably you've heard of that before. Hue and saturate, simple as. You can colorise it, drag it along, get that exact colour, make it saturated with that colour. All the rest of it, get rid of those layers. Colour balance, cyan, green, yellow, you just balance out your colours, mid-tones, shadows and highlights. Black and white, you can choose whether the red's black or white, how black and white it is, whether yellow's black and white, whether green's black and white, cyan, blues and magentas. Photo filters, probably be covering this when I do photo manipulation, etc. I can create like sepia tones, etc. You just get rid of those again. Channel mixer, these obviously mixes the different RG and B channels. Shouldn't have to really go into that much. That much rather. Invert. There's obviously no options for invert because it just inverts the colours. Posterize, nice one. It sort of gives it a nice cartoony effect. You can change how many the levels. Obviously, the more levels, the more it's going to look like it did before. The less levels, the more it will look like it did a minute ago. But 6 levels looks quite good. But we don't want that, so just get rid of it. Threshold. Yeah. Change your color threshold. Gradient maps. You change your current layer into a gradient with your colours. Quite cool. And last one. Selected colours. So you can select the colours, adjust whether they're sort of like there or not. It's a little bit like a posh hue and saturation version. It's quite nice. And then these are where all those bits and pieces are. Don't know what that is. Oh, they're adjustment layers, whether you, yeah. Not really that important, hardly ever use it. Yeah, the next window is a layers window. Meow, you've got all your layers here. obviously you've got your background layer and it's automatically locked. If you want to promote it, which you can't really promote it, but you duplicate it and delete the other copy, or if you just don't want a background like you do, that's quite nice. When you delete your background, you automatically get transparency there. You can rename layers by double clicking rather, on the name, and that's going to be called background, and then call it the G. Can change the organisation of your layers. You can change the opacity and the fill of the colour. Useful, I'm sure I'll probably show you a use for that in one of the upcoming tutorials. Colour just changes the all these different, these are called layer, hold on, they are called layer blending options, that's the one. So lighten makes it lighter, darken makes it darker, hue takes everything out except from the outer line if you've got one. Colour, it puts a colour overlay onto the layer behind it. Difference, they all pretty much become self-explanatory over a period of time. Whoops. And yeah, that's about it. I think you'll find. Oh yeah, important one here is the history window. Probably seen me use this quite a bit already. Whoops. This is history for everything you've done. So I can go all the way back to where I duplicated the layer to get rid of the background, or to when I opened the document. That's handy if you've got something and you want to try something but not sure if it will look good and you don't want to mess up your document. So it's basically like a posh undo where you don't have to go undo. You just go back to your history and change it straight away. And that is it for this video tutorial. I think the next on the agenda is I don't know, hold on, what is it? When it's best to use it, how to is basic techniques in Photoshop. So that'll be up soon. And don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial.